Jim Brown, great grand, son of Sam. Next PE guy, son of Chuck D4's hand. I'm making bread, I'm breaking bread, I'm stolen land. It's the outlaw RBG from the RDG city I ran. Black group division with vision like X-Clan. Trayvon, carve on, stomp on Zimmerman. Nah, I will not win, they just let them win again. I will not fight that feeling when I know I gain, fighting fist over hand. For my melanin nation, I slap soft off me, Satan cocksucker, paper chasing. I'm turning Nathan, I'm chain breaking, foundation making, I'm stopping the raping. It's black to the future, taken away by the way they music making. Pushing everything for liberation like they loving living on their federal reservations. Simple indications, some ain't right. I'm Jim Brown, Superman, day and night. Now give me the mic. When it's too hard to handle, the fork hold the hole. It's gross. When it's rough and rugged and trill, not I love it. It's gross. When it's so full of soul, it refuses to fold. It's gross. When it's soft and sweet, can't eat what we stomach. Jim Brown, Jim Brown. I'm a pyramid, feel stop, knock, knock, folk, hop, baba. Then you, fada, bookman, dandada. Warrior, soldier, and a rider. Sunni Yada with a Heruka Hootie fire. I be rockin', rebellion attire. And it's ralla, to the goal of the most higher. I'm RBG protected till I retire. Hard body black, shotgun speaker sire. When it's too hard to handle and fall cold to hold, that's rosy. When it's rough and rugged and chill, not a love it. That's rosy. When it's over the soul, it refuse to fold. Still rosy. And when it's soft and sweet, can't eat what we stomach. Jim Brown. Sound like that knuckle dragon, deep breathing, gorilla chest beater heaving. Out them cavern, I'ma bleed them and smacking with my dialect, just to disconnect the disrespect of the intellect. With them elements, irrelevant movements, monetary motives. Don't be fucking with a fool. That's the soul, so no flow fluid. It's enough that you show us that you ever been true to us. We know what your virtual reality could do to us. We refuse to misuse the music. Plus it's revoke or die now. Wanna hold them lie like two suns in the sky. What? Fuck your genocide. See, they know that we know that they control on a slide. So it's justified homicide on my ego and pride for my melanination. With that gift, dark rift, gravitation, I know the pull is swift. In the gathering, all come together for the battling. Broken chain rattling. I'm rich, balanced and free from a caravan. And I'm seeing that same from Oakland to Maryland. DC to the Vatican. I'ma say Willie Lindsay battle plan. Check my DNA strand. God man, tell you who I am. Jim Brown, type of holy man. True son, back from the pole. When it's too hard to handle, the fork hold the hole. It's gross. When it's rough and rugged and trill, not I love it. It's gross. When it's so full of soul, it refuses to fold. It's gross. When it's soft and sweet, can't eat what we stomach. Jim Brown, Jim Brown. Jim Brown. Jim Brown. Hold that. Holla black. Living letters, heed my scriptures, see my testament. I heard the herd, so knowledge, wisdom first I represent. I serve the blurred with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. Son of Chuck and Nina, born clock cleaner, 7-level seer, dirty devil beater, protector of the people like African facial features. And my soul sees the reap peeps deeper. I said fuck the conference in Geneva. Them injustice sits tight-lipped while America mistreat you. Them colonizers ain't said shit, so I'ma grab my wisdom, stick my pistol, rip and whip them out on creatures. Them hiding on Jekyll Island, smiling till we come wildin' out the speakers. Hood robbing, reserved, spoken heard, birth my righteous receivers. Smoking herb might disturb them Paul Johns or Peters. Them faith is facetious, and I ain't praying to a white Jesus. Cannot deceive us, we are not blind believers. I follow the viewer of a black heart Yahshua. I'm the deacon, speaking with the cure. So go and jada shaka sativa law.
We want these truths to be self-evident.
Once you lose track of your heritage, you lose track of your divinity in the this world.
I serve the bird with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. I serve the bird with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident.
Listen, telekinetic beams from afar, G.O.D. Grimars, Dubar, stolen from a land of Atar, the Avatar, the King, the Ra, the Queen, the Jar, the body of Allah, the Jacob, Yah, Santiwa, Moors of Spain, shackle and chain, and whipped and hang, and murdered the brain, golden diamond shop at the arm, the art of war from niggas to guards, the ISIS papers, love you all, creative war, the sun on the star, was that for God, the drinks and bars, the guns, the ooze, and all, them all, to keep us in the American scene, nightmare help to them to dream, serve the fiend, chop the green, murder our team, bury our team, from the homes, getting rich, the stool tone, did this, the elders scared, and unprepared, and underwear, the danger's here, time is now to clean the house, to clean this crib, sweep it out, I'm talking about it, the righteous route, I know that's hope, there will be no doubt, to teach the youth, cause they need our help, too many slain, the pain is felt, and we shall overrun the devil, enhance the mind level, the rebel, cause we are the one we're waiting for, noble to Christ, whatever we are, we are.
Living that, see my scriptures, see my testament. I heard the herd, so knowledge, wisdom, first I represent. I serve the bird with vision, giving betterment. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, I'm self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident. Self-evident, self-evident. No urge to splurge, I got nerve, self-evident.
Proper leadership, proper inspiration, properly equipped. The black man is the greatest human fighting machine God ever created. If indeed God created it. I think the gods of Africa created it.
Peace, power. You know what it is, son, the great GR8, the Hardcorrespondent. This is the Hardcorrespondent Podcast, and I'm still on the road. Shit, I've been on the road for months, I feel like, but, you know, we're getting things accomplished. It's been a great, grand, and glorious, strong from last show and last podcast to this podcast. Told you we had a lot of things happening, and so we did. We had events going on and all that, so I'm going to get into that. But first, let me get into this. Word to Biz, Russ Blade, Mama Biz, Old Analogy, Salute, Malik Kalam, Cheese and Crackers, always dropping bombs, my big brother, and my father, Samuel Brown Jr. Yeah, to the elders out there, may I speak? Word. Let's not never forget to give respect to those who came before us, those who are walking with us now, and soon to be in transition. A lot of people have lost a lot of people in this realm. But those people that you lost, keep in mind, they are in the ethers and see it all, and they're always with you now. So, friend of mine, gonna go see his grandmother. You know what I mean? It's not in the best of situations. And you know, this happened. In the African culture, death was never what we consider it now. In the original human on the planet, there was an understanding and an overstanding of us transitioning and moving from one physical element of energy to another non-physical element of energy, but the energy is still there. So we got to remember that we are energy being human, not human beings with energy. All right. With that being said, being pun intended, what's going on with y'all? Let me give a shout out to my sponsors as usual. Of course, Meditation Chick, helping me keep my sanity safe, insane with breathing techniques, meditation. Also, she's the founder and creator of Women Along the Way. So all the goddesses out there looking for a sisterhood about their business, spiritually, mentally, economically, physically, get in touch with Women Along the Way or the Meditation Chick. on all platforms. Kateri X, always putting things where they need to be, assisted with everything that we were doing this week. Definitely on Saturday. Was that Saturday? Yeah. What people call Saturday. Well, you know what I mean? Kumba. y'all still on it, right? Yeah. Anyhow, at 254 part of so I'm outside the car. This is what happens when you correspond. 254 Auburn Ave, and I'm in the city of Philly. So yeah, it's like that. 254 Auburn Ave, Atlanta, GA. We there mostly every Thursday, every near, right? Not this week though. They're doing construction, so we will not be there this strong part of so. However, the following strong, let it be understood and known. We come in with the Afro beats, the soca. We having a party. It's just gonna be a party, but it's gonna be live. Come release all your aggressions that you've gotten thus far. We are now in the third month of this year, as they say, and so you know whatever you done gained, gathered up, let it go. Come out. Come see us. Not this near, not this Thursday, but following Thursday. Not tomorrow, the next one. Come see us. We're gonna enjoy, man. We're gonna rock. Shout out to DJ Ty Stick, the one armed assassin, Fleet DJ's own. Always sponsoring with the promotion, always pushing out. You see me, you see him, you see him, you see me. So that's what it is. Shout out to Congo Blue. Like I said, you come through with the donations, $ STGR8, $ STGR8, $ STGR8 is going through the bottom. And you let me know that you got a business, I will shout your business out. I will advertise. Go look up Congo Blue or Nzinga Blue, SBLU, Blue Bay. Get in touch with her, get your hair done in the Philadelphia area. Natural hair care. She will take care of your scalp, your hair, give you the right information how to treat whatever you're going through. Check her out. Also, you in the A, you in like Snellville area, and on the east side, and you got natural hair, you got regular hair, you got other hair, whatever. You know what I mean? Tell her beauty. Look her up. Tell her beauty. She always do my hair, and I just did 2 videos. She did the locks in the jaw. What? She do a fire job. Tell her beauty. Check her out. A couple other sponsors we'll get to a little bit later. But before we get into the guest coming through, you know what I got to do. It's the proper principles, baby. So what do we do when it comes to proper principles? I don't know what I just did. Okay. What do we do with proper principles? The proper principles are the rules, the laws, the principalities that run and govern your experience as an energy in this human form to elevate you to a higher position for yourself in character and moral stance. Whenever the character and the moral stance is removed from a society, it is on the decline. It is always on the high rise or the rise up when the morals and the character are intertwined within society's ways and actions on a daily basis. So the proper principles are in alignment with that to bring that through. And we've been dealing with the 42 admirations of Ma'at, 42 laws of Ma'at. And so now we are on 36 to 42. 36 to 42. So we've come to the end of this. Next week we will be on a different set of proper principles. And you'll be advised what that is when it comes time. But let's get into these last 7. The last God number, 36. I have not cursed anyone in thought, word, or deed. I have not placed myself on a pedestal. I have not stolen without being, pardon me, what belongs to God or goddess. I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased. I have not taken from, I've not taken food from a child. I have not acted with insolence. I have not destroyed property belonging to God. Now, I'm going to go through it again real quick, just so you get it real quick. I said real quick, so you get it. And then we're going to go through and just break some of this down, or not even break it down. Let me give you my personal opinion on it. I have not cursed anyone in thought, word, or deed. I have not placed myself on a pedestal. I have not stolen what belongs to God or goddess. I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased. I have not taken food from a child. I have not acted in insolence. I have not destroyed property belonging to God. All right, the first one out of these 7. I have not cursed anyone in thought, word, or deeds. This is the mind. This is the vibration. This is the motivation and the action. In all 3 of these, equally, you ain't think something bad about somebody. You ain't think cursing is the, if we high vibing, anything that would be bring down the element or bring down the people or the environment around you into a low vibe would be a curse. You know what I'm saying? You're not blessing, pushing for the high vibe. You're doing the opposite. You're cursing, bringing you down to the low vibe. So I have not been in a low vibration in thought. I have not been or brought a low vibration in my words. I've not brought a low vibration in my deeds. It has all been uplifting. These are things that you ask yourself on a daily basis, and you know whether you did or not. So you make the correction. I have not placed myself on a pedestal. In the world of artistic expression, music-wise, specifically MC and rapping, hip-hop, it's all about placing yourself on the pedestal for a lot of artists. But we're being told right here, I have not placed myself on a pedestal. Now, this is very interesting because the next thing is, I have not stolen what belongs to God or goddess. Now, understand. Well, I think we addressed it before. The God and goddess that you are, that they're speaking of, is you. And your connection to the cosmos, your connection to the people, your connection to the attributes of divinity. All right. So that's you. So, and you putting yourself on a pedestal above other beings who are of the same divine nature, you're removing yourself from the holiness that you are. And so the next thing is, because if you did put yourself on a pedestal, you removed yourself from the whole, the oneness, and you're on a pedestal outside. You've broken up the oneness. Now it's unholy. See, there goes that cursing again, taking it from the high level to the low level. See, we're all part of the collective. And so if you haven't done that, then you haven't cursed, you haven't stolen from the God. And then, how are you going to place yourself on a pedestal above your ancestors? Because the next thing is, I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased. See how it's working all together? You get one, it just boom, 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 boom. Works that way. Because you putting yourself on that pedestal, you cursing somebody else, it's still part of the all. You're still cursing out the all. You're still bringing the all to a lower level. Say, I have not taken food from children, from a child. Now, food, yeah, we talking physical food, you know what I mean? But we also talking information, knowledge. And so, if you're stealing from God, if you're placing yourself on a pedestal, if you're cursing those around you, if you're stealing from your ancestors, and the children are watching this, you're feeding them these actions, these deeds. And in doing that, you're now taking the proper food away that in your action that you should be feeding. I have not acted with insolence. Come on, y'all. All of it's lined up. Get your ass off that pedestal. Stop being you mean. Check your ego, my nigga. For real. I have not destroyed property belonging to God or goddess. There we go again. And it ends with this on this one. Not only have I taken, I have not destroyed any property. Not my body, not my temple, my mind, my energy. Not anything on the planet because, it's all connected to one. Again, let's think about addressing all 42 of these on an everyday, regular basis and see where it takes you. Give yourself 2 months. Just do it every day. Go over it every day. All 42. Trust me, it's not even going to take that long. It's not. And how much time do you want to spend on your personal internal elevation? I mean, how much time you spend on the bullshit you do? All of it. You couldn't exchange some of that bullshit time for some property? Think about it. And yeah, that's my proper principles. We just ran through the last of the 42 laws of my. That being the case, man, we in here. One of the brothers who's supposed to come on this evening, we want to send condolences to his family for what he's been going through, and healing to him and his family for what he's been going through. So, bless up. You know who it is, and I just want to make sure that I put it out there. We are putting blessings in the air for you. The other brother coming on later on, or soon, I'm assuming, or is a brother named Ink Black, who kind of got on a couple shows back. Brother, phenomenal brother, wrote a few books. And we want to get into that. Hopefully we can get his music on as well, because he also does music. So, I'm always with that. When we can deal with the check the mind aspect, and we can deal with the vintage season, you got to have him come on. But until he gets there, let me build on what y'all was either there to experience, or maybe you weren't, but you will be at the next one, right? Right. So we had phenomenal events on, what was it, last Saturday. That's Kumba. Was it then? Or was it the one before that? Might have been the one before that. Phenomenal events. This Saturday we was at Pal's Lounge. Came through. Man, I don't know. Some of you might have saw it live. I still ain't see it. I've been running around. But we had Andre 360. Get used to these names too, y'all, because these names, you watching the come up, you watching the beginning of the crushing of the tsunami. So get these names right. Andre 360, Rashidi, African DNA. You had Scorpius Ray. You had myself, and man, it was a dope show. A couple other brothers came through, grabbed on the mic. You had my brother Nick Nines. Now listen, woo, Nick Nines was giving the business to the microphone, bro. Wow. And the crowd and the people that was involved and listening. This is what it was a beautiful sight because I was watching their necks and their heads bounce and their necks rock. I was watching them move in their seat. I was watching them dance. I was watching them pay attention to the words coming out of each and every MC's mouth. And I was watching them appreciate love. See, we told a lot of times in this music thing, which is a propaganda tool, that, you know what I mean, you got to do the music. Oh, they want to hear this. Nobody want to hear that. It's not true. See, having one style of anything shuts down your creative ability. And those creative abilities connect synapses in your brain that actually put your brain to work. And the more it works, the more it wants to work, the more it can manifest. So when people walked in and they heard what was going on and they saw, you know what I mean, the joy in the room and they felt the lyrics coming out, there was nothing they could do but say, yeah, this is it. This is fire. How can I be down? We tell them, you know what I mean, you can't be down, you can be up. That's what we do around here. So it was amazing coming through with that. The show, last at the Unity Cafe on the 19th, man, and that was just dope. I just got to keep talking about that because that was dope. And what we're planning on doing for the future, you know, is take this show on the road again to other places. Like we're really working to bring everybody together for the Fleet DJ conference in Jacksonville that we're going down there to perform. About 3 of us going down to perform, but we want to get a bunch of people go down there we can represent. You know what I'm saying? And fill in the blanks, fill in the cracks, build with these younger cats and older cats who be at these Fleet DJs, and build with the DJs. Because the DJ is holding the key in the music aspect, you know. So if you on it, holla at us. See what's good. Let's build on that. You know, we need to take some time to clear out the path and the lane that this so-called woke aspect, you know what I mean, the giant it woke up needs to be stretched out and moving trees, moving things out of the way. And this is what we're doing. So we need y'all assistance to have this happen. I mean, let me move that around. We want y'all to assist because we still gonna do it no matter what. You know what I mean? So this weekend, we got 2 videos in, we got a show in, and we was just rocking. I wish I could show you these 2 videos, but I cannot do that just yet. We're gonna build on these 2. They're amazing. But I'm gonna do something, you know what I'm saying? And maybe you'll be a part of it, maybe you won't. But understand, these 2 videos is amazing. And shout out to Big Yo of Martial Law Media for shooting, exposing the secret. Shout out to Slim Dre Drizzy for shooting the other video, Do the Knowledge. Nick Nine with that, you know what I'm saying? All right, so I told you I had a phenomenal guest coming on. Told you my brother was you know, got books down, all that, and he do music. I don't know if we got the music through, but I know he do music. But I like to make sure that the people get to hear who you are from you. I'm gonna tell you that's my brother Ink Black, but he's more than just, you know what I mean, my brother to me. I want y'all to get to know and understand and hear his story because we did with the motivation. And listen, check your mind when you know you could be doing more and you not. Because my brother here was doing what he was doing more in a spot and a time where, you know what I mean, some people not coming out of that. And he did more, you know what I'm saying, and got and out. So salute to you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Build with him, let him know who you is, what you doing,
What's up,
and what shit is about.
We live and direct, huh?
Yes, sir. We all right now.
Peace to you, man. I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that all day long. All right. My name Ink Black. All right. Like my man was just telling y'all. Of course, like many of us behind the wall, you utilize that time properly. You know what I'm saying? Like a psychological autopsy back there. So on the other side right now, I dropped a couple books, you know what I mean? Trying to work on a couple scripts, things like that. But you know, the whole focus is with me is of course, uplifting our people, man, and other than our people, you know what I'm saying? And first and foremost, worshiping Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, alone with no partners. I mean, as far as when me and Soon go back, you know what I'm saying, in the early 90s, right? When we was doing them shows out there in Reddit.
Wait, hold on, let's pause. This is how y'all know when somebody know me from back in the day. They be like Soon or Soondy. That's how they get. That's old. Yeah, when they say Soondy, oh, hold on, I know this nigga. Who that? You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Yes, sir. So back in the day, having shows.
Out there with Sean E. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Big Dave and them putting it together. I'm saying that's the time when the real was coming out everywhere. Always. I mean, at all costs. I mean, so now that we older, man, you know, I see you doing things, I'm doing things, you know, it's only by Allah's permission, man, that we link like this, man. Doubt about it, bro.
True.
So that's Ink Aswad, man.
So all right, so they heard that, you know what I mean, behind the wall. So you was behind the wall, and we're gonna get deeper into that, right?
Yeah, I just want you to we got to get deep into that.
I want you to tell them how long you was behind. You know what I'm saying? Not what for just yet, but how long you was behind, and how many books you wrote when he was there.
Okay, I'm saying I was down for 7.5, right? I since for 101 months, and we're gonna get into the reason why, right? Like you said, I wrote the first book right here, Little Misery. This is the one I just got awarded for, in the Margins Award. You know, the second book, Muse, right? Okay. So it's a part 2 to Little Misery, and I'll get into you know the reasons why it's going on with that. And the only one I got now for America, the latest one, right, is I got this one in Spanish because I write for the Spanish and I write for, you know what I'm saying, those that speak English. So this is America right here. I mean,
wow.
See how that rock?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that means you are fluent in multiple languages. How many languages are you fluent in?
No, I don't speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But I just had Amazon press them up in Spanish because the information that's in that book, it needs to be reached out more than just beyond the English speakers. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Indeed.
Do you speak other languages though, right?
Yeah, I can speak a little bit of the Lugha Arabiya a little bit. I'm still learning though. I mean, I've been practicing Arabic for a while. Self-taught with that. You know what I mean? I've been Muslim since I was 16. So it ain't like, you know, I went to jail and became Muslim like a lot of people assume, things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So let's get into a couple of the books. The first one,
Muse.
Yeah.
This one here, right? Little Misery,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yeah.
So this one right here is based off of when I was working at a detention center. I used to work at detention centers. I was a juvenile detention counselor. I also worked at a spot where I was a mental health technician. So in that, there was a whole bunch of little kids. Now in that chart that I had to read to get familiar with these children, right? I took all of them, all the information that was in them charts, and I put it onto this little girl. There's one little girl's life. So everything that's inside this book that you're gonna read, it's gonna be all reality. You know what I'm saying? And it's based off of a little girl that goes through the most extreme hardship that you can imagine. You know what I'm saying? By being pimped out and prostituted out by her aunt. So her aunt so she could support her aunt's habit, things like this. So I ain't gonna give the whole story away, but it definitely gets deep. And you know how it goes. I want the readers to understand, man, it's a reality. It ain't just something that was written. Everything in that joint is reality. You might read something and recognize that that's some stories that I'm familiar with. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So that's a little Miz. So that's dealing with, you know, rape. A lot of issues that the black people we scared to address. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of issues that we scared to address. We like to sweep it under the rug. You know what I'm saying? Molestation, people raping their daughters and their aunties. So I'm gonna bring the light. I'm gonna be the voice for the voiceless and the hope for the hopeless. I mean, that's why
if you don't bring it to the light, then you don't know. My brother Mike Chambers, Salute Outlaw RBG, Salute Mike Chambers is in the building.
Okay, what's going on, Mike? RBGs.
Mike, yes, sir. Outlaw RBGs, exactly. This is a general RBGs. He be coming through, assistant with greatly. I don't know whose microphone it is. I think it's Mike. But there's an echo on this joint. Peace.
All right, so a little bit of technical difficulties about that.
The second book,
Miz. Now, when we get to Miz, right? This little girl, this is when she survives it, but it's called Mama's Gone. The first one is Mama's Home. I'm saying her mama just came from doing a bid. She had, killed her baby father, for beating on her. She only did like a 7-year thing. So after that book, something happens to her mother that's tragic. So now the little girl's with her aunt. So her aunt basically got all access to this little girl, making her do everything in the world that she can do to support that habit. In the meantime, on the run, from some people that she did some bad things to. So really, them books right there, Miz and the Little Miz, when you start reading them joints, it's like the Insomniac pages, because it's hard to put down from what I'm told. I mean, because it's a lot of stories in one. It's just not one story. It's a lot of stories all brought up into one. And it also spills off into a Murderca. So it's like a trilogy.
Ooh, okay. I love it like that. You know what I'm saying? Peace, pal. You can hear it? Mike, you can hear us?
Yeah. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
got you.
Good.
So this is Mike Chambers. This is Ink Black. This is Mike Chambers.
What's going on, B?
This is my brother for a minute. From back in PA all day, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? We've been on stages. He's got 3 books that he's written. He spent a 7-year period, in the beast, which we're gonna get into right now.
But hold up, kid. Hold up, soon.
Yeah.
We gotta talk. We ain't touch with a murder.
Yeah, America. That's right.
We almost forgot about a murder.
You said it, but we ain't building to it. So go into that joint.
Did your cam freeze? Mine froze. It seemed like.
No, you good. You did.
Okay, all right. Oh, now Murderca, right? When the Murderca, that's dealing with how the police knocking us off, right? So it's a group that I got. They called the Ex-Cops. The Ex-Cops is an acronym for X and out crooked officers patrolling the streets. So what the Ex-Cops do, every time one of the police kill your daughter, my son, or my brother, the Ex-Cops get together and they go get that payback before the body's buried.
Wow.
So that goes into, it's a whole side story of ex-police officers and soldiers in the street that hold it down. You know what I'm saying?
That's a movie.
Yeah, well, we're trying to do that. We're trying to talk with Netflix, man, so we can get all this up into one little situation, man. So, I need you 100% on that.
Yo,
I'm light, baby.
250, bro. 100 is not enough. I'm 250% there with you.
That's what's up. And I'm holding you to your word. You know that.
Yeah. My word bond. Word to biz. Let's get it.
No doubt.
Hey, I want to roll. I want to roll in that joint, son.
No doubt.
I'm playing. I don't even like acting. But for that, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my joint froze. So if I'm not holding this joint right, it's because I can't really see it. It's froze right now.
We can hear you though. We can hear you.
Okay. As long as you can hear me, no doubt.
Yes.
All right. So okay, let's get into the case, right?
Yes.
Let's get into the case. All right. So listen.
Wait. Before you even say that, I need y'all to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Because I know where this brother's from. And so where they placed him ain't where they're supposed to place him. So just so you get it and understand, you'll get it later on, but understand this. There's a filthy situation going on, but these cats is on your paying attention all like right now, I'm sure, you know what I'm saying? They like, what is this? But this is what we gotta do. This is what we supposed to do. This is what we're supposed to do. And
it's a responsibility.
Salute DJ Tastic, the one arm assassin, Fleet DJ Zone in the building. He in the building. Sean E in the building.
There you go, Sean E. Red is finest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sis Water in
one
the
bandit.
Yeah. So the things that you guys are about to hear right now, you know what I'm saying, are real, they're true, they actually happen. This is what goes on. This has been going on for a minute, you know what I'm saying? So just pay attention. And all right, brother. I just had to set that up.
Yeah, I mean we got to put that out there like that, man, because it happens to one, it happens to many, man. So this what happened, right? 2014. I had this dude, he was a Egyptian cab driver dude. He tried to come to me to buy some firearms. So everybody knew, you know, around the way, I got my joints. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm legal, I carry my joints. So he come to me trying to get one. That don't happen. A year later, he come to me about a bank robbery. He said, "Yo, I heard you used to get down. I need to hit a bank. You know what I'm saying? My mortgage, this, that, and the third, so I need some assistance on this." So, me being who I am, I holler at him like, "Listen, you can do that, you can do this." I pointed the banks out for him, no doubt. Yeah, you can do that, you can do this. I ain't doing nothing with you. You handle your business, right? Come to find out, 5 days later, Thursday, I'm at the crib. I'm gonna make it a long story but short. Thursday, I'm at the crib. This man called me like 9 times. This is on record. All this on public record. You can get all this information. He called me like 9 times. This house is a case of entrapment. So I'm in the crib with my granddaughter laying on my chest, you know, getting ready for Juma for the next day on Friday. Thursday night, it's like 11:30. So he keep calling me, you come outside. I'm like, listen, I'm going to sleep. I'll let you tomorrow. The 9th call. Get up. What's up? It's an emergency. All right. Put my granddaughter down. I go outside. As soon as I jump in the car, it's like 6,000 police, SWAT from everywhere. No exaggeration, there's about like 75 of them. You know what I'm saying? Put your hands up, So they act like they arrested him. Things like that. Took me down to FTC in Philly, right? It's the Fed spot.
Right.
So let me get to that part where the discovery started to come into play. So now I'm up in the FTC. It's me, I got co-defendant, and we got this Egyptian dude who's a Fed. He worked for him, right? So once I start getting the discovery, I see he wired up every time me and him got together in that whole week, he wired up. So the case is, the feds was in a masjid. Now I was giving talks at this masjid Al-Haq in Pottstown, PA, right outside of Philly. I was giving talks. So they had sent him to the masjid and planted him in there, and he was listening to the speeches I was giving, right? So he was telling them, he was feeding them that I was I got all these guns, we speaking anti-America, this, that, and the third. Now, when he went in there with these wires for 6 to 7 weeks straight, none of that speech was recorded, right? So when they seen that they couldn't get me for no speech about anti-America, they see they couldn't get me to sell him no guns because that wasn't going to happen. So they set this fake bank robbery up. So now what happened was that Thursday night when they arrested me, they gave me a charge. Me and my co-defendant, they said, we got conspiracy to commit armed bank robbery. Now listen to the charges. Conspiracy to commit armed bank robbery, attempted armed bank robbery, 924C. So if you don't know that, that's having a gun in possession of a crime of violence, right? In furtherance of a crime of violence, and aiding and abetting, right? So you got all of these charges with somebody that never been to the bank, never went to the bank, just pointed the directions to the bank and gave him some things that he could do once he takes the bank however he wants to take it, right? So now we went to trial. So I sat on FTC for 2 years, went to trial. My co-defendant got acquitted. I didn't get acquitted, but you can't conspire with the government agent, right? So a conspiracy is a crime of 2 or more, right? So if my co-defendant gets acquitted, then that just leaves me by myself. But still, I got sentenced under conspiracy to commit armed bank robbery by myself. So who do I conspire with?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no statute, there's no law, nothing that they can say that's going, represent that properly. It has really no merit, but upon the appeal, they rejected that also. So it lets you know when they want you, they want you. So I'm gonna get you back to the part where why they was on my top. Now, in 2014, when I had my Facebook, I had my shirts up. It's called the Ink Spot. The Ink Spot was exposing the government as far as depopulation, fluoride in the water, all the stuff that they're doing to the vaccines. I was putting all that on the shirts because that's what I've been doing.
Right.
So they was on my top for that in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? All because you trying to shake and wake up something. I didn't know it was that deep until
how long ago was
the situation. That was in 2014 when I had the Ink Spot. The Ink Spot on Facebook was 2014. And that's when they pushed him toward me, trying to get some guns first. But they know I got guns. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm out here, but I'm not done. I ain't done fighting that though.
Then they have you on the international side too?
They had me on the international side. They had me, in my case, they had me being an international terrorist. They said that nobody on this planet could get close to me except that Egyptian. So they had to fly all to Egypt and get him to have somebody to get close to me. Like, they make you seem like you somebody. I'm like, what a movie. Right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's how they do it, man.
Yeah, and
but it's a lot more out there suffering, man, with longer time that ain't coming home, man.
Oh, true indeed. Like, I tell folks all the time, you hear these brothers say that they got locked up for nothing. And at first, you might have been, kind of skeptical. But more as time go by and you read his stories and see how many brothers he just lock up just to lock up. And now you have many brothers being released on a regular basis, because whatever DNA evidence, you feel me, lack of our evidence, our witnesses come forth and say that they was coerced to say certain things. You have all these different reasons right now that you see truth that the government has been conspiring to lock Black men and women up for a long, long time.
And they've been doing this, man. Like, this is something they do. And if they don't lock you, then they won't kill you. And if they don't kill you, then they won't say, oh, he crazy, and put you in a crazy house. I mean, y'all know how it goes. If you read the books, y'all know how it goes.
Oh,
yeah. That's real.
Oh, yeah. And it's real sad that whatever they say, you know what I'm saying? The people
100%
want to believe whatever they say, bro. And
100%
because these law officers at some point in time were supposed to be some noble individuals sworn in to protect and serve. You feel me? Many people thought that they could not lie. You feel what I'm saying? Thought that they would not lie. But once again, now you have all these video evidence. What some people may call conspiracies are now just coming, to be. So you actually
get coming in the light.
Indeed. You actually get to see.
The ill part about that, man, even though they got these cameras, these body cameras, they still getting away. Like, look at the chick. She just got like 24 months for killing Dante. I mean, she got 24 months. So it's not even like it's going to really help and assist because they going to do what they want to do because it's what they do.
Indeed.
But we don't got to fall victim to it and stay silent. See, a lot of things going on right now, man. And this is why I don't just write. I never wrote a hood book. The only reason why I started writing books when I was up in the hole, right, that was 23-1 for like 3 months, because I read a book, and I ain't gonna put the author out there, but there was no merit, it was no sustenance to it. So I'm like, yo, they dropping these and they getting paid off of this. So I'm gonna drop something that's gonna have a remedy in it, it's gonna have the medicine in it, it's gonna have what they need in it. You know what I mean? And in all my books, I'm always gonna make reference to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. I mean, all of my books gonna deal with Islam, deal with the Sunnah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, but it also deals with what's going on in the urban and in the suburban. I mean, because we got a lot of people, they not, it's like they writing, but what is y'all writing for? Like, you wasting ink. Everybody told that story. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't waste the ink.
But now,
keep the ink moving.
Now, you have to keep in mind, though, to keep a certain situation and condition in existence, the programming has to be continuous. They know it has no substance. They know it never had any substance, but they also know that that's what they programming them with. And once again, if I say it, you feel me? Monkey see, monkey do. They love a hood story. You feel, like even when I watch some of these cats now on YouTube, it's sad how they want to brag about their hood is the most murderous. You understand what I'm saying? Not the most motivating, not the most inspirational. You feel me? They don't make the most moves, but they proud that they catch the most black bodies.
Right.
So
The genocide award
to be pushed. Exactly. They want that to continue. We know for a fact, anytime anybody come with any kind of substance, you feel me? Like you said, they either gonna lock you up or they gonna call you crazy.
Or put you under.
Hey, that's exactly the thing that you look for. Everybody that they call crazy and everybody that they throw cases on, you know what I'm saying? It's the Kansas City Shuffle. We're going through the Kansas City Shuffle right now with this Ukraine shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's other shit going on right now.
It's
with
always something.
Pfizer, you know what I mean? And all these other cats. There's other things going on right now. They exposing things, but we paying attention to Ukraine. And I got people that tell me that only certain parts of Ukraine is even having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? But they don't. But on some real, China and Russia linking together is a problem for everybody. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. So, you know what I mean? But at the same time, that ain't my war. That's their war. So we paying attention to they fighting. You know what I mean? I'll be watching that shit like I'll be watching that series Justified. They killing each other. That shit my entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Justified. That's like,
you know what I mean?
that's like they first 48.
Yeah, and these cats ain't letting black folk get out of there. They gonna let them die, pushing them to the back. So, you know what I'm saying? Where I come from, that's somebody, fuck you. 6 Ward niggas be like, fuck you niggas then. You my people can't get out? No, everybody gonna catch them that. Go get it. You know what? Go ahead, Putin. Give it to him.
Hey, he ain't Putin no more. He's shitting now.
Yeah, he's shitting all over. Yo, cats is like, and before anybody starts acting up, if you have not been overly, you know what I mean, amped and enthused about the stopping and the killing of my people, either by my people or by somebody else, I don't want to hear you say jack shit to me about how I feel about somebody else doing something to somebody else. I'm handling my business over here. I don't know what y'all business is doing.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell you how I like to discuss this situation right here, right? I like to discuss it by going back to the guest and let him talk more about his books.
Okay. Feel you.
You feel what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You know,
let me chime in with this come into play, right? What is coming to play? Listen, I'm gonna tell you about why I wrote America in the form that I wrote it in, right?
All right.
Okay, because it gets a little deeper than, you know, once you read it, then you'll understand a lot. Okay, America says what? One of the most famous quotes is, never let a good crisis go to waste. That's what they do. Anytime it's a crisis, they never gonna let it go to waste. They're gonna benefit from that crisis as much as possible, right? So us that got the power to write, that got these podcasts, that got these microphones, I think it's for us to put the remedy to help us in them books, in them podcasts. If you're gonna do music, put it in that music, right? Because then when you got people that's sitting behind walls, you got people that's in the streets, there's a lot of people, man, that they read, but when it has no substance, they get bored because it's the same story. It's like music. You turn on the radio, everybody sound the same. You don't want to keep hearing that. So now when you get something new, you got something new, you got a new idea, you got a new train of thought. So in America, you got a very positive dude. His name Mr. Soldier. Mr. Soldier, like soon. I mean, he in the martial arts. He hold it down. Straight up community outreach programs. He like one of them. That's what I'm saying. You'll play him real good. And he got braids. Ironically, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But him, he the one that holds and he heads off the ex-cops. He the one that is the leader of those X and out crooked officers patrolling the streets. So there's another side of the ex-cops. They call it the Queens of War. Now these are the women. Now these women, they like the security for any female that goes through something. Like there's a character in there that the police tried to set up and kill, but she got the drop on the cop and she knocked him off. So the Queens of War went right to her to protect her because she knew that the police was coming for that girl. You know what I'm saying? Because she got away with that hit. So the Queens of War is the women that educated, they nurses, they doctors, they judges, but they just hidden in society. They're not going to come out and say, yo, we down with the ex-cops. You know what I'm saying? But they down with the organization, but they still penetrating the law. They're still penetrating the doctor's offices, the lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing that if a person sees, but they don't see. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing that they doing to us. They be playing people inside hip hop. They playing people inside your own crew. They playing people all around you. And you think that's your man, but he got a wire. He wired up like a Christmas tree. He's not your man. He one of them.
Not your man. Yeah, listen, I know for a fact. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And on some also thank you very much. This is I told you Mike Chambers is perfect as my brother, you know what I'm saying, to fill in because he brought it forward to where it needs to go. That's why Mike Chambers got the link. I've been telling y'all, I've been forgetting to send Mike Chambers the link. So that's why he got it. You know what I'm saying? So everything that you're talking about in these books actually happened. Somebody I had read one of the comments, somebody said that they had read the book. And that I read one of the books, and it was very good, but it was very hard on some parts to read because of what the girl was going through. But what it is that's the truth in it. You know what I mean? If we don't hold on to the lie and we accept the truth when we hear it, you know what I mean? Because that's one of the Hootie's laws. You know what I mean? Get the truth when you hear it, know it when you hear it, and then wield that shit. You know what I'm saying? Put that shit into your life, apply that. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. Because you know, a lot of that stuff is hard to write, bro. You know what I mean? Like for real, man. Like when I was writing some of that, like the scenes when she getting raped, you know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of hard to write. And the first publisher I went with, she was like, no, you shouldn't write that. Don't take that in there. Your books are not going to get into certain prisons. You know what I'm saying? Because it was kind of graphic. Right. So I said, let me rewind some of this for a minute. But it was definitely hard to write because it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I got daughters. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 daughters. Like, it happens, bro. I mean, you know, Allah Ta'ala protect our family for that ever transpiring on it. But it goes down. So we got to bring it to light. We got to address it.
Got to. You have to. So
if you ever notice, not to cut you, but listen, if you ever notice, and I'm pretty sure you, Mike, Sean E, if you ever pillow talk with a female that you know what I'm saying, with 9 times out of 10, something happened in their family, man, when somebody touched them. They bring that out when they get comfortable with you.
That's the exact number.
I can almost guarantee that.
Exact number. 9 out of 10 sisters have had a traumatic experience to them, and I think we have as brothers have got to understand that. First, we got to understand it. You know what I mean? I don't know if we could ever overstand it, you know what I mean, unless it happens to you. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you got to understand the trauma that they went through, you know what I mean, and that they go through. And we have got to read books like yourself that you put out so that we can have some of that peace. And you know what I mean? And really, you know what I mean, put a different connection to us, to them. You know what I mean? We need to reconnect ourselves.
Yeah, so we can understand why they behave, how they behave, when they behave, and how they behave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they all don't want to be like that. Right. Not only that, right? Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
We have to understand. I don't even want to say I understand, but what make the men that comfortable to feel as if it's okay to do it. You feel me?
Right.
You said
Right.
when you talk to the women, when you pillow talk with the women and they get comfortable with you, 9 out of 10 have been molested. What brought it up to that point? Like, where was that seed planted? And how could we uproot it?
And stop it from going on.
And our wives feel comfortable when they are with us. What is it that black men need to do within themselves to correct themselves? To not be the predators when they should be the protectors.
What I'm gonna say, I'll kick it off this way.
Go ahead, set that off.
Is first release the colonizer mind state. Release the mind state that you think that whatever they did was the thing that you need to do to be successful in this situation. That's first. You know what I'm saying? Release the mind state that you ain't worth who you are. Release the mind state that their shit is more important than your shit, and then reevaluate and reconnect yourself to your proper principle, your proper character. It requires a certain love of yourself, a certain unegotistical, unadulterated, undenying, unconditional love for yourself to be able to have and see that anywhere else. But you gotta first let that colonizer mind go. You gotta do that. Now, that's not the all in all, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But for me, that's the first.
It's deep.
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
but I want to leave room for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
That's my first. Who next?
What's Sean ego, man? What on Bandit go? You faded off?
Nah, he there.
Okay.
Sitting back here, stretched out.
Yeah, man. What's up with your thoughts, man? Bring that out.
My thoughts? What's upside down?
There you go.
Sis Ward?
Yeah, man. You need clarity on that, man. What you talking about? Bust who?
Huh?
Bust who upside the head, man. Clarify that statement, man.
Oh, the people, the ones that was doing it to the female.
Okay. No doubt. It's a lot of that going on in the book too.
Yeah.
So it ain't like they doing all this to little girl and they just getting all scot free. It's gonna be some It's gonna be some things going on.
Yeah. And that's I think that's a necessity. People be forgetting that you know what I'm saying. That big stick got to be there and it's got to be swingable. You gotta be able to use that shit. You got to be. I mean, listen. We can tell you, we can ask you not to do anything, but we only gonna ask once. After that, nigga, we see it. This got to happen. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be all right with that. You know what I'm saying? When the warrior is out, when the warrior, the retributionist is out on the field, they ain't got no time to be like, is this one okay or not? Nah, nigga, you in front of me, you getting it.
Yeah,
if you was with me, right? If you was with me, you fight next to me. You know what I'm saying? But if you in front of me, you getting it. And if you doing that evil, you cursing the children by bringing them to a lower level, which is what I said earlier. A curse is taking the opposite of a curse is a blessing. So the blessing is taking you to a higher level. The curse obviously means that you're bringing it to a lower. So anything that brings it to a lower level, you cursing. So anybody who's giving that cursing or bringing that to the lower level, hey man, to the point of a detriment of traumatization and post-traumatic situations, they got to go. Now we can't fix what already happened, but we can stop it from happening again. That's got to happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's got to be there. But there's also other things that we got to do in between. It can't all be that. You know what I'm saying? I just agree with it. You know what I'm saying? I agree with it. It just can't all be that. And we got to handle ourselves first. I always take it to the watch many lies of. Dang, I don't even know what that said. But we can take it to the Haitian liberation, and they got rid of the black folk who was going to turn them in the first place first. You know what I'm saying? We got to handle our business first. We got to handle the business of us killing each other. We got to handle the business of us traumatizing each other. We got to handle the business of us doing us dirty first and foremost, not forgetting where it came from. Not forget where it came from. We got it.
Because we got parades and rioting when police kill us, but we kill us every day, man. And all they do is throw some teddy bears and some flowers and some candles on the corner until the next man drop. I mean, man. So now, and this is why our children are in the state they're in, man, because we dead in jail or on drugs, man, and now it's a whole bunch of them on the homosexuality, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just out there like that. And then this is why, like, I had put in the front of a murder car, I put a disclaimer that I do not support Black Lives Matter. I ain't with none of that, right? So people questioning me, like, how you ain't supporting Black Lives Matter? Because they not recognizing what's behind that slogan, right? When you go to their website and you look, that Black Lives Matter is just something, that's a front. That's a vehicle to move what they really about. And that's promoting transgenders, homosexuals, all of that. So how I'm gonna walk around with a Black Lives Matter shirt on and they supporting and they pushing forward with this transgender, homosexuals, and LBG, the whole alphabet. Like I can't rock with it, bro. I'm standing by that, and I don't care if none of them buy the books and nobody that like them buy the books. It ain't about that. But we gotta be looking up for society on what's right. We got children, we got grandkids. I shouldn't have to explain to my son and my granddaughter like why him and him is kissing on the commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'll put it. I'll even put it like this: for the people who might, who don't understand, you can't be about Black Lives Matters, right? If you're not supporting the reproduction of Black lives.
There you go, man. I couldn't put it better myself. That's it right there. What they doing, you cutting off population.
Yeah, ain't got nothing to do with my opinion on homosexuality or not. That's my business. You know what I'm saying? But what it do have to do with is the scientific fact that two dudes and two sisters cannot make a child. You can adopt a child, you can put something in it, but it takes male and female proper gender to generate life. When you start to mess with the generation of life, you start to pull things out of the order that the universe has put us in. Now, do you want to be part of that disorder when the universe comes to put it back in order? Not me. That ain't I ain't doing that. So on a whole different level, I just want y'all to check what you agreeing to when you agree to that. Now, what really matters is Black power. It always mattered. It's melanin, and it's always gonna matter to these cats. You know what I'm saying? Which brings us forward to your name, Ink Black. I love it.
Ink Black.
I fucking love it. You know what I'm saying?
My man.
And so to dwell a little bit more into you as an individual, because what we did was we showed what you got. We showed why you qualified to have what you got. Now let's get into more of who you were and how you got to where you got to as a person.
Okay.
Because I'm from Reading and you from Pottstown, and I know there ain't shit there. So how did we get to where we got to? Who gave you the skills? Who brought you in? You know what I mean?
Man.
Who brought you in, cuz? Who brought you in, blood?
Man, listen.
Who brought you in, G? You know what I'm saying?
You know, a lot of this come from, man, and I'm talking about as a trail, like from growing up, right?
Yeah.
My uncle, right? My uncle Glide, he real hip hop, graffiti artist and all of that, right?
Right.
So he never listened to nothing. No, actually, it wasn't nothing out there being pumped except that real hip hop. Brand Nubian, Poor Righteous Teachers, KRS-One, Rakim, Gangstar, you know, that real. So that's all I came up under. You know what I'm saying? That's all I came up under. So coming up under him, he wasn't subjecting me to no nonsense, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I got a little older. Then I started doing this in the streets and then make children and all that. You know, I got 10 kids. I got my 7 boys, my 3 girls. I mean, may Allah preserve them all. I mean, so yeah. Oh, you got them like that too?
Yes,
okay. That's it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We are immortal. You can't never get rid of us.
Well, how many you got, Sue?
I got 10.
No doubt, my man. 10 in. So yeah. So listening to that, man. Then you know when the '90s came, then it came in all the gangster stuff, and we know how the streets was back then. All right, we rocking NWA, Tupac, all that, Ghetto Boys. So we just started to follow them, not knowing, you know, that they wasn't really doing what we was out there doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of them was.
peep this out just to interject, not to cut you off because I want you to keep it filled. But I want y'all to understand it and check it, the reasoning. This is why music, the vintage season and the Muse and the Check the Mind are connected to each other, because music always inflects or affects until it effects or until it affects our movement. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a reflection of life, but it ends up being life's. We reflect it after a while. We start looking, and then we start, following that. They recognized this back in the '60s, and they put in the plan to change the music. To now, right now. But hip hop, he said his uncle was a hip hop head who was really on the proper shit. And so it still is, and it gripped him, at that young age. But it also, once they realized what it was doing, they implanted something else to drive us in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? And so we are examples of that. You know what I'm saying? But we got the proper foundation first, and that proper foundation allowed us to always reel ourselves forward to something where you're doing something positive in your life. Dealing with the music as well, but you know what I'm saying. So I wanted to touch bases on that while people are expressing their mind, so they can see and feel. The reciprocal movement of this hip hop when you do it properly,
right? And why it changed from hip hop to rap? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So you in your NWA phases, me too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
no doubt.
Me too.
No doubt.
I fuck with
the khakis on and the all black.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Ripping and running the streets.
I was like, I fuck with it.
No doubt.
Yes. So
that's when I was real heavy into that music. You know what I'm saying? That's when me, Big Dave, started going to Reddit, Sean E. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out with them dudes, Casablanca, and what was that dude? The Recipe. Remember him over there at the joint across from McDonald's and all that? CP Club.
Yes.
All that. I mean, doing that music.
If you from the spot,
they know about the spot.
Classic spots right now. What?
They know about the spot. Max's.
Max.
Never forget Max's. The one way in, one way out joint.
Yeah, and only open after hours. Only open, bro. You know what I'm saying?
The classic Max place.
I put the ice machine in that. That ice machine that everybody was using. The ice machine. I put that shit in there. I put that in there.
Get that chicken from Beckett's. You know?
Yeah. All that.
But man. So that's how that started off. And so then all that hip hop, rap started happening. And then as I got more into Islam, because I took my Shahada, you know what I'm saying, when I was 16, right? I had this dude my face from Redding. His name was EBU. When I met him, he said, "My name is Taqwa." You know what I mean? So your name's Trevor.
I remember him. Him.
Okay. I didn't know you knew that dude. Yeah, that's who gave me my Shahada, man. So I took Shahada. So then at the same time, I'm still doing my street stuff, but the Islam was, what I knew to be the truth, because I always investigated other religions, but I tried to hold on to the Book of Allah because I seen how truthful that was. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing like it. So all throughout, even though I was coming up, I was still, in the streets doing what I was doing. I never abandoned that, even though I was falling short doing what I was doing. Because, you're going to struggle and strive and be at war with the shaitan. So then once I got into like the music, I started dealing with my fam and them lost souls, anonymous to them out in Furrow, PA. They
shout about again.
The lost soul, anonymous Furrow, PA, lost souls, Naps, Slow Mo. My man Izzo, Detroit out there, Sins, my cousin Big Vert, Trigger T and them. All that's the Lost Soul clique.
Yeah, what about COS?
Oh man, you can't never forget COS. Damn. That's my
society.
The criminals of society. Now that was my regime. That's what I was 16 out in Pottstown, man. I'm young as hell, running dudes. It's like 19, 20. They coming to me for advice. What we gonna do? Shut up and act like NWA.
It was COS, and then we was aggravated assault posse. So it was COS, criminal society, alongside aggravated assault posse.
Bugging out, doing this music.
So peep it though. You know what I mean?
Let's get to
a lot of times cats be feeling like if you don't come from a big city, right, you don't really understand the element of the crime, the element of
and
poverty,
what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on in the city. But you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I just heard Gilly was popping junk on Reddit, Allentown, Pottstown, all of them, talking about, y'all get it popping, but you ain't Philly, you know what I mean? And I'm like this, bro. Listen, hold up. I graduated from Philly. I came from Reddit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I live in Philly before I live in Reddit. I'm not living in Reddit, but I live in Philly. I rep Reddit everywhere I go, 6th Ward all day, but I ain't living there. But I live in Philly. I'm just saying, I've already accomplished what I needed to in Philadelphia and survived that shit. So now I know it's bad now. I'm just saying, you can't be talking about my city like that, bro. So Gilly, when you're watching this, don't be talking about my city. Reading, and you know what? I'm gonna start saying this. I'm gonna say it's reading. I'm gonna call it reading. You know why? My man, Jermaine Jones put me on to this real quick. And this happens to all these, especially in Pennsylvania. I seen it in every one of these cities. He said Reading was the place that they trained Africans to be niggas. Oh yeah. I'm gonna say this again. He said Reading is a place that they trained Africans to be niggas. He said everywhere around there, Reading, Allentown, all that, the whole job was to have them, you know what I'm saying, so docile or so under the wraps that, you know what I mean, it was the training ground. You know what I mean? Now, what's interesting about Reading is Reading, I heard, was the first place that was the capital of the United States, and it had the first Liberty building. You know what I'm saying? The boy Lee was on his way. He got stopped at Gettysburg. Why you going to Gettysburg, nigga? You know what I'm saying? They ain't nothing there for that. Why didn't you go to Philly? Why don't you go to DC? Why you going to Gettysburg? Where you going? He going to Reddit, because Reading was holding some shit, and it got some other quote unquote mystical things to it. But I say this: we all in Reading know that shit to be Reading. It's obvious that shit is reading. It's obvious. But they trained us to argue and fight anybody who says it's reading to say it's Reading. On the Monopoly board.
That's because of what they say.
Exactly. The Monopoly board, everybody else knows that's Reading Railroad. But when we see the Monopoly boards, that's Reading Railroad, nigga. That's Reading.
And we don't care what you got to say. And there's an actual city called Reading.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's out on the West Coast somewhere.
R-E-D.
Yeah. R-E-D-D.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean so? And they call that Reading. So it's like, yo, what do you say? So I'm just saying, these small cities with the black folks in them, they were allowed to be there because they were training grounds. Literally, like train us. They were on the grounds training us to be good niggas, as opposed to retributionary Africans.
Yeah.
How did we come out of that? How did we make it out of that? Knowing what we know and saying what we say, doing what we doing, writing what we writing, creating the Muse think that we creating right now at this point in time. Why are we not in tight ass clothes talking about, you know what I mean? I just want to pop these bottles. Shake your ass, bitch.
Right.
Why are we saying, yo, we exposing the secrets? Why are we saying, you know what I mean, do the knowledge? Why are we saying what we saying in this music? How do we get out of that? You mean? And
I think it was a transition, bro. I think because we from the time of the transition, like you gonna find a couple little young dudes that might, you know what I'm saying, be on that side, but we come from like the time when it came from like the late 80s to like the 90s, like 94, 95. That's when the transition moved.
Right.
So we seen both sides. You know what I'm saying? We was out there on the street selling drugs when dope fiends was coming at us dropping jewels on us when they was coming to pick up a bag. You know what I'm saying? They was really dropping jewels like, yes, young boy, listen to this, and drop something on you, make you contemplate like, damn, that was heavy. I'm gonna go sit down. You know what I mean? So now, look at them. We used to be like, okay, go get a 40, go get a blunt. Now, bro, they getting syringes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they doing fentanyl. Yeah, like, they got gateway drugs that they popping that's leading them doing heroin. And when they can't get the heroin because it's too expensive, they're gonna keep doing the perk 30s, then they just gonna hit that fentanyl, and it's just knocking them off. And
Yo,
nobody's saying
they
nothing
make
though.
it look popular, man. They make it look popular.
Yeah, I say we was the last generation of those who fought, which is the reason why we have to continue to fight, because
We
the
want
fight is not over.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I say, we was Generation X. You feel me?
That's what they call it.
It's unknown, right? They didn't know who we would become. You feel what I'm saying? We had opportunity. We had choices. We was born in between eras. You feel me? Some major eras with some amazing things happening. You feel me? We came from the analog world and transitioned to the damn digital. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we able to adapt, change, and to create change. You know what I'm saying? Because hip hop was something we brought about. You feel me? Like, hell, when we was young, our generation didn't have no music. We was listening to the elders' music. But when we came of age, we created our own music. We created our own style. So we come from a more, you know what I'm saying, creative era, so to speak, man. Like, we was outside. We was using our imagination. We was visioning. You know what I'm saying? We was visioning things. Look, man. We was making
That's why,
things
man.
happen.
Well, see,
And we
we come
didn't
from
have
there
as many drugs as they got now.
and it's very easily accessible. You know, they can go right around the corner and get anything they want.
Yeah.
You know?
But the doctors doped them up first. Once they saw how successful it was to get these children hooked on this prescribed medication from these doctors and how easy it was to control them and to lower their vibrations, they promoted that shit as recreational.
Man, you know what? You know what really put the fire, man, in the way I move and my thought patterns. Besides, being who I am, as far as the young man coming from having children at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw them when I was 16. But when I started to really recognize and look at myself as far as not having a father, right? So I promised myself my kids would never not have a father, right?
Right.
So everything that I do is all, of course, it's for me, but it's for generations after me. So when I be talking about how the police knocking us off and how it should be accountability, I look at every kid that got knocked off like that could have been mine. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that I'm so sincere to what I write, because I feel the pain of them people who lost their children. That's why in the back of a murder, I got pages and pages of people I dedicated that book to that got murdered by the police. You know what I'm saying? And some empty pages there. So if you lost somebody from the police, you could sign their name and just fill in the blanks. So everything that I do, I try to do it with a passion, man, because it's not just about the now, bro. It's not just about the now. It's about what we got to do for them kids, the women that we have, our mothers. We got to take it to a whole nother level, and we got to take it just outside of this one little box. You know what I'm saying we've been in a box for how long? We jumping from one box to the next.
Right. POP, protect our people. I want to pause right here. I want to see if something's gonna work. All right, so here's a phone number. If anybody's watching live and you have a question, you want to talk live, we're gonna see if we can do
there
this.
You go.
The phone number is, all right, get ready. Hold up. Y'all ready? I don't even know if we can get this typed in the bottom. Here's the phone number. 470-546-1677. I'm gonna say it two more times. Here we go. 470-546-1677. 470-546-1677. Give a call. Let me see if if we can hear it, if we can work it out. You got any questions you want to ask my brothers here? Bring it to them. You want to find out. And while we wait for that, how can they get your book?
You get the books on Amazon. It's go up under Ink Aswad, in the Amazon search. A Little Misery spelled with a Z, Mizery. And then the other two gonna pop up. Muse is the second book, and Murder the third book. And the fourth one should be dropping about the 1st of June. It's called The Jinn on the Other End. It's a paranormal joint that I did. You know what I mean? So, if you know about the jinn, the shayateen. See the gin on the other end. It's a phone booth right on Osage Ave, right? You know where Mayor No Good dropped that bomb on Ramon Africa folks. I mean the move people.
Right.
So on the gin on the other end is a phone booth that's on that block. So if you're going through any hardship in your life, let's say you're stressing, like your wife left you, you gotta pay the mortgage, whatever you're going through, you're gonna walk down Osage Ave and his phone gonna ring. So when his phone ringing and the lights start flickering, right? So let's say soon you run in there and you grab a joint, hello. Soon as you get in there, the door gonna shut, boom, they're gonna lock you in this phone booth. So now you like, damn, I can't get out, and this phone ringing real loud. You know what I'm saying? So now you pick the phone up and it's a gin on the other end telling you in order for you to get out, she know what you're going through, and you got to sign this contract and sell your soul to her, and she'll accommodate you with whatever you're going through. You know what I mean? So it's a book. It got 3 stories, and it's another realistic because I do a lot of I did a lot of research on exorcism. You know what I mean? Because I got a lot of knowledge on that to be first-hand knowledge. I say I got a lot of first-hand knowledge on it. I ain't gonna make it seem like I'm no shake when it comes to dealing with the jinn, but I got a lot of first-hand knowledge on exorcism and things like this. So that book, The Jinn on the Other End, that joint is real deep because it's going to show you what extremes a person will go through to get what they want. I mean, it's a reality. So that one should be dropping in June. So you know, all these, man, I'm trying to put these up on the film joint, man. So we got some work to do, bro.
Hey man, hey listen.
Hold up, bro. Hold on, man. You just said something. You're gonna have to, talk about these now.
Talk about that. Go ahead.
Said you have some first-hand experiences of exorcism. Like, what you mean by that? Because most people might think about the movie Our Exorcist, where preach cast of demons out of whose soul is possessed.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna give you I'll give you 2-3 examples, right? Family members of mine, I won't put the names out there, but one time, this when I lived down ATL, Stone Mountain, Sean E. Stone Mountain, Sean E.
I remember out there, Stone Mountain.
Yeah. So that's when I was out here. This when this happened, right? So one of my little mans was in a room. So the kids to the sister I was with was married to. It was like, yo, he in there in the closet. So I'm like, well, yeah. I go in the closet. One of them sliding door closets, right? So I go and look. I look in the closet. My little man, how you sit with your knees to your forehead like this, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, what you doing? So I look back at my other son who's outside of the closet. And then by the time I looked back in the closet, my son that was in there wasn't there no more. Now he was in the middle of the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real, like he was right there in the middle of the floor. He came from out of the closet, disappeared, and was behind me on the floor. So this was a history, you know what I'm saying, that we had, dealing with this situation. So I already knew what it was. So when I went down, the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam told you, he told us, like, when you do an exorcism, there's certain things from the Quran that you recite. Like you can recite the adhan, that chord when they call the prayer, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, that. You can recite Al-Fatiha. Yeah. You can recite Ayatul Kursi, Surah 2, Ayat 255 from the Book of Allah. These are what you recite, and they weaken the jinn. I mean, so when I went down to recite the adhan in his ear, his body just jumped up and levitated about 4 or 5 feet and just dropped down, like further away from me. You know what I'm saying? So I dealt with this. Now I was in that room, man, reciting Quran in my son's ear for about 2-3 hours. Now, for the people that don't know about the jinn, right? The jinn, what Allah Ta'ala created, he created Adam from dirt, he created the angels from light, and he created the jinn from the smokeless fire. So in the Quran, we believe that the shaitan, Iblis, he was from amongst the jinn, the devil. And in Arabic, named Iblis. You know what I'm saying? That was his real name, Iblis. He's the devil. He was one of the jinn. That's the phone ringing. So yeah, okay, you got any more questions on the jinn, Mike? Because I could, man.
Nah, bro, you good? You feel me? I'm, yo, I know what it is. You feel me? That's just for the one.
Yeah. That's good for the listeners. But man, it's really something that everybody needs to be aware of, man. Because all of us have a companion jinn. You might be sitting back and you hear that that little whisper in your ear. That'd be that shaitan. That'd be that jinn. That's your companion. That's trying to get you to do all the evil and disobey Allah Ta'ala. So
right. But it's not every day too. You hear hear people say they have, you know what I'm saying, firsthand experiences with it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because it's something, man. And I tell you this, bro, when you deal with that, you gotta really make sure that you being careful, because everybody can't sit there and do an exorcism. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something called ruqya. Ruqya is when you take the Quran, like you can read over some water, right? And you read the Fatiha over the water. And you'll keep reading it. The more you read the Quran over this water, the stronger the water becomes. You know what I'm saying? So this is where you see on the movies when they be like they got holy water and they throw it on them and they smoking and all that. That don't really happen in reality. I ain't never seen it. Now, if it has happened, the experiences that I have, I ain't never seen it. And I had experiences with, like I said, with my family. And when I used to be security at the masjid, we used to have to go to certain people's homes and do that when they had them situations with them. You know what I mean? So it's definitely it's an everyday thing though.
Yo, check it though.
Yes, sir.
Now, trust me, I see people possessed every day. I ain't doubting it, bro. Trust me, yo. I know they possess.
For certain, you gonna see that.
Feel what I'm saying? Like I know, but like I said, it's not every day you hear someone say they dealt with it or carried one out. Now,
yes, sir.
You were saying something else. Oh yeah, all right. You were just saying praying on water,
right?
Okay. I just came across an article. I didn't read it, but it's not me. You know what I'm saying? But again, they were saying how scientists did this experiment, and they had a group of students projecting their thoughts onto the water, and how it was changing. You feel me? You know, the frequencies, the energies within the water. Now, if you're able to pray over the water like that, like you were just saying, not necessarily holy water, but it's the words, the power, the energy you're speaking and putting it into the water.
Right.
Now,
that's heavy.
If you damn near 3/4 water yourself, you better be wise and start putting that power and words back into yourself as well, which is what a lot of people don't do. Now, the whole thing has been talking about books, reading, y'all reading or reading. Why is it that we don't read as much as we should? You writing books. How are you marketing these books to non-readers? Because I come across people on a regular basis and I ask what you reading.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they ain't reading shit except what's on. They reading what they scrolling. And he was smart. They done read a book a day, just the memes.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So it's not like they aren't reading, but
it's what they're reading.
What they're reading and how they are reading.
Right.
Yeah.
How can you now get an individual to sit down long enough and give your book that attention? Or how quick will your book grasp someone's attention to make them want to finish reading it?
Okay. That's a good question. As far as the last question, how quick, from people I had talked to, and I did a couple of interviews to people that read the book because I like the feedback. I take all feedback, negative, positive. I need all of that. You know what I'm saying? The first chapter, man, it'd be hard for you to start reading the book, right? Because the way the book just takes off is just going to grab you, because I write very vivid. You know what I'm saying? So when you read the book, it seems like it's a movie. When every time you line for line, it's like, okay, a different scenery, because it's very vivid. You know, you might read some books, it's not very vivid, or it kind of drags out a little bit. I mean, with this one, that's why I have a lot of stories and I have that one main course, because you might get 6 stories out of this one book, but they're all at the end, they're all going to come together. You know what I'm saying? But you would never know until you keep reading that joint. That's why it's going to keep making you turn them pages. I mean, I try to make it that insomniac page turn. So, and as for how I'll get non-readers to read the book, okay, like when I was up in Fort Dix, where I just came from, there was a lot of dudes, I just see them reading, you know, the hood joints, the regular joints, you know, Dope Fiend's wife or Thug Wife 19, whatever the case is. Right? I'm saying, listen, read this right here, come back to me tomorrow, and let me know what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So I come. This is a tactic I use on them. I give them the book. Let's see, in the morning time. By 10 o'clock at night, I'll be like, yo, I need my book back. They're like, no, I ain't done. No, hold up, that joint getting good. You know what I'm saying? So then that's how I hook them. You know what I mean? Because when you want to take something back that somebody really want, they gonna show you they really want it. You know what I mean?
Right,
so that's the psychological thing I was doing out there to a lot of the brothers. I know if they hear this, they're gonna be cracking them laughing because they know they was victims of that straight thing right there.
I mean, once again, bro, like we learn the word from our grand poobah. You feel me? Brand Nubians back in the day called trick knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, they still tricking us to this day. You feel me? So sometimes we got to trick each other to present that proper knowledge.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Yes,
like
sir.
Sony say, that proper propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
Proper propaganda, baby.
Proper propaganda.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So regardless, you got them to read it. They read it.
You used to write your rhymes like that. You used to tell stories.
Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, when I was writing rhymes, that's how I really came into play. If anybody know that book, Misery, it was a song first. You know what I'm saying? That joint was a song I wrote like in 90, probably like 1990, 93, 94.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a song. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just crazy because I still got that song, yo. I'm about to send you this joint. I still got that joint. So
freestyle.
Huh?
Freestyle.
This guy over here, man.
He put you on the spot right now, son.
And listen, I'm shutting him down.
But before you shut him down, though.
Yes, sir.
This season, right?
Go ahead.
One of the things we like to do is if you are an artist, we need you to go ahead and speak one of your verses and give us an explanation. 4 to 8 bars.
Speak a verse.
We got a little bit of time right now. Yeah,
I ain't
figure out one of these verses real quick.
I ain't wrote a rhyme in a minute, but check it out. I got one, right? This is called, me and my man North, Dirty North did this joint, right? And this will give some explanation to it, so I can give you this. It says, in my dream, I was running through the valley of death. My evil deeds was chasing me. They was taking my breath. I stopped to rest, looked back, seen a terrible face, pushed in the grave, then a coffin door slammed in my face. Going berserk, half my body turned back in the dirt. Making salat, tears drip, drop, quaking the earth. Paralyzed, bright lights, top speed indeed. UFOs, aliens abducting me. Again, I blink. I'm in the presence of my late great shrink, sitting back on the bed, sipping cups of ink. The room started to spin like gin was drinking gin in my head. Then I woke up under my bed. And what's that? Oh, I'm seeing things. Oh, that's the world. Short, ugly, and full of schemes. She want to be my queen. The phone rang and I picked it up. Looked at my hand and I was holding my cup. That's how that verse went. That's from like 96, 97. All right, so I'm going to give you an explanation to that joint, right? So the explanation go like this. In my dream, I was running through the valley of death. My evil deeds were chasing me. They was taking my breath. So running through the valley of death is when you run through the hood. You run through all your neighborhood spots. That's the valley of death. That's the explanation of it. Right? And I said, my evil deeds was chasing me, that's taking my breath. That's all the weed and cigarettes I was smoking, taking my breath. You know what I'm saying? Then I said, I stopped to rest and I looked back and I seen a terrible face because the evil deeds that I do or that we do, they look evil. You know what I'm saying? So when they chasing you, they want to look evil. They're not going to look pleasing to you because they're evil deeds. And this is in the prophet that when it goes to the grave, the deeds will be my evil deed.
Okay.
Evil taking my breath. I said I stopped there, looked back, seen his face in the grave, coffin door. My face, right? They pushed me in the grave. That means after you stop all your evil deeds and the angel of death catch up to you, now you in the ground and the coffin door slams in your face and life is over. Then I said, going berserk, half my body turned back in the dirt. So that means when you're on the earth and you're losing your mind, you're already halfway dead. You know what I'm saying? So you could picture somebody in the grave, half of their body's dirt, half of their body's a physical form. Then I said, making salat, tears drip, drop, quaking the earth. That means when I was praying to Allah and I was crying for my evil deeds, them deeds was, and the evil that I was performing was so heavy that when the teardrops fell, they quaked the earth. You know what I'm saying? From the heavy tears. And I said, paralyzed, bright lights, top speed indeed. So I was paralyzed, bright light. police. You know what I'm saying? When they pull up on your lights, tops, you gotta stop. Cause that's the police right there.
Yeah.
Aliens abducting me. That's another thing. Run the police. Cause how y'all going person? But they just come and get you and scoop you up and take you away. And I don't know y'all. I don't know where y'all come from. So y'all like aliens to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I said, then I blink. I'm in the presence of my late great shrink, sitting back on the bed, sipping cups of ink. So now I say I'm in the presence of one of the scholars that I want to learn from. So I'm sipping cups of ink because knowledge comes from the ink. So the more ink that you drink, that's the more knowledge you're gonna get. Then I said the room started to spin like gin was drinking gin in my head. Right? So you know what I said about the gin. So you know the gin that you drink is the same gin that Allah is. They reference it to the same gin that Allah created. That's why they call it the spirit, wine and spirits, and they call the drink the gin because it's in reference to that. And then I said, then I woke up under my bed. That's just letting you know when you wake up, you're on the side of things. You might feel like when you woke up on the bed, but you really woke up on the. How somebody say I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. No, you woke up under the bed.
Yeah.
I'm saying then at the end, I said, what's that? Yo, and things. That's the world, short, ugly, and full of schemes. She want to be my queen. So that's in reference to this life of this world, the Hayat Dunya, right? The life of this world is short, it's ugly, and it's full of schemes. And if you marry it, if you want to marry the life of this world, it's going to ask for its dowry, your whole religion. In order for you to be married to this world, it's going to ask everything that you truly believe in wholeheartedly, that you give all of that up if you want this world. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that was. That's the explanation of something that I wrote, man, years ago. And Sean, you put me out there, man.
Hey, no. He did right. He did what the DA supposed to do.
He did his thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, you look like you was about to say something.
Oh, nah, yo, that was hard. Plus, like, yo, just listening to the explanation, right? You feel me? Like it made me
what's up? Appreciate that.
Brought me to a realization, which I often say too. You know what I'm saying? Because you always have someone trying to interpret it, someone else's story. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, now we rhyme, but it's also rhyme and riddle. You know what I'm saying? So even within those rhymes, it could have so many different meanings and so many different riddles, right? But then I was thinking back to something KRS-One said too, when he said, you don't know the history of what you read if you don't know the author. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You don't know what you're reading, like if you don't know the history of, you feel me, of the author, something like that, right?
That's real.
Right.
So hearing you spit the rhyme, and we got what we took from the rhyme, but then hearing you break the rhyme down and really tell us what it meant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We done heard running through the valley of the death. You understand? But then for you to say what I mean by I'm running through my enemy's territory, shit, that's a valley of death, like real talk.
Yeah.
If you in the streets like that.
Right.
And then when you got something taking your breath, yo, that is the smoking. It do make you short of breath. But also to go even deeper on it, once again, as I said, people always trying to interpret something, whether it's the Bible or the hieroglyphics. I say, if you want there to experience that energy and tap into that sensory, you ain't never gonna know exactly what that shit means.
Right.
If people kill themselves or kill someone else every day over false meanings and false perceptions, or because they don't truly understand what something means.
That's real. You
know what I'm saying?
Said that.
So just because
a lot in music, you never get that.
Right.
This is the reason why. This is the reason why. This is part of when I know somebody has bars, they have skills, whatever. I don't want them just to say it over the music. I don't want them just to perform it. I want you to tell us what you meant, because I know when I write something, you may think you understand, or you may not get it at all until I explain it to you, and then you'd be like, "Oh, that was there? Yeah, that's what I was saying with all that. Exactly that."
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
I heard some
always
stuff
want to
tonight
give an
that
artist.
you was playing.
Okay.
You just playing on your warm up? Or we gonna talk about that?
Hey, what do we play? I don't even remember what we played, man.
You was playing something. I know you was going off in that joint.
Oh, Jim Brown. I know we played the Jim Brown, Joe. And
and let me not forget too. This my line right here, man. Let me see if I can get it on here. See this right here? Where we at?
Look at this.
Bow down, seven bones.
I love it.
That's my line. You know what I mean? That's wonderful.
Yeah.
The other one is America. I'm gonna have those probably like next week. You know, the America logo. It's gonna be just like this. If you can see it, right? It's the Statue of Liberty holding a dead baby, right? And in her hand, she got a sickle. You see the police right there?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a America joint, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, and
that's gonna be on the hoodies.
She got a
yeah,
Russian
the Statue of Liberty got a sickle in her hand. You see it?
She got a Russian sickle?
She got a sickle in her hand. I don't know if it's Russian or not, but I know she about to kill something.
Hey, cut it out, Mike. Cut it out.
I'm messing with you, man.
Look, that went over my head. You gotta tell me about the Russian sickle.
Hey,
come on, man. That's that wrestling, boy. That's that earlier on the album. That's old school.
Yeah.
Show you how long USA and USSR been going back and forth. That's all I'm getting at.
Right. But yeah, man, you come to my site, man. Come to Ink Aswad on IG and America on Facebook, man, for them shirts.
Spell it for.
Okay, Ink Aswad's INKASWAAD. That's on the Instagram one. INKASWAAD. And on Facebook, it's America. It's AMURD. And then the second, it's a space, and then ERKAH. AMURD space ERKAH. America.
I'm gonna send you a link to some dude down here that'll pick the books up. We got a bookshop.
Okay, yeah, do that. Because right now I'm only on Amazon. I just got back in Walmart. I'm trying to get with definitely the Black and Nobles and all of that.
Yeah.
The Black and Nobles.
My people.
Y'all got Black and Noble down there?
Nah, bro, we ain't got Black and Nobles. They damn near closed all the Barnes and Nobles.
Damn sure there. Everybody on tablets now.
I tell you what you do though. You need to get in touch with Black Dot Cultural Cafe.
Okay.
Black Dot Cultural Cafe. We got some black bookstores now. We got plenty of black bookstores down here.
Yeah. Where Lithonia at?
Ain't got no Black and Noble.
ATL? I mean, any black bookstores, man, I'm trying to link. You know what I mean?
We're gonna send you all the list down here, bro.
Yeah, do that.
We're gonna send you the list. Fact.
Black Wall Street. Got some over there?
Yeah. They're over at Black Wall Street too.
Okay. Yeah.
They got the new Black Wall Street down here.
Yeah. I'm sending them out
over there, by the way.
You got some another black businesses you could put the books into as well. You feel what I'm saying?
Another thing, man, I forgot to mention, right, about America, right, in a clothing line. This is strictly for the America clothing line. I was going to have, the pictures of whoever got murdered. Let's say, like, Eric Garner. You know what I'm saying? Let's say the young dude Dante, or what's my man's name? So many, bro. But on the back, it's going to have these pictures, right? And on the front, it's going to have the America logo. So the proceeds that what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna give 10% to whatever I sell, because I'm gonna go to the neighborhoods where these people from. I mean, that's the plan. So the proceeds, 10% of that gonna go to their family. I mean, so I'm gonna try to keep that going as a movement. Like the America movement is gonna be more than just a shirt and his books. You know what I'm saying? Right. Shout out to Island. Because some people like to come up off people's death. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Tupac died. Everybody got Tupac shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we gonna put something back into the family because they lost that person. So that's my intention.
Exactly.
That
character. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Say it again, Mike.
I said that's the American way coming up off other people's death. That's how the insurance companies started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why you got the medical mafia. You know what I'm saying?
Like, ain't a lot of rappers all getting killed and they all on the same.
Say it again, E. What'd he say? I ain't catch that.
The young rappers getting killed.
Right.
Yep. Empire. They building an empire off of them. All of them on empire.
Insurance policies on them cats.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. Nah, man, that's the American way. That's what I'm getting at.
And it just keeps happening. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey.
But you know, man, cultivation, man.
Hey, God, listen, y'all.
What's up, man?
We coming to the 11 o'clock hour, and,
yes,
and I'm about to make my way.
Oh yeah.
Normally we have a lot more music. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind having the music. I don't mind y'all staying on. I gotta get off, but that's what I'm saying.
I got a slide ride too, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all coming, man. And we have me up on here,
brothers.
But we gotta make some moves though. I mean, we gonna take this jump. We gotta make some moves, man.
You're enough.
Next time we rap, man.
Like my brother Stigalo say. Stigalo say, you see, love. He said.
Well, man, how you gonna play it on the stage?
Yeah, I ain't even catch you. He out, man. He jumped in the car. Man.
Come on, Sony, you gotta.
Yeah, right.
Stay black, debater. That's what Stigalo says. Stay black, debater.
But he say this. That dollar is just fiat currency. It ain't real. But we working on the bullion, baby.
Okay, King Bullion.
King Bullion.
I recognize no dough exists. That's it. All right, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Listen, man. One love.
You too, fam.
All right.
Hey, E, I'm out, man. Listen, I holla at y'all. We gonna be in touch, maybe, so we can make some moves, man. All right, y'all. All right, Mike. Salute. Peace.
Sure, I'm about to hit you up.
Yo, Born, check the shirt.
All right.
I see that.
Oh,
that shit look velvet. Okay.
Yeah.
Do the knowledge radio to the fullest.
To the fullest. Is that my DJ?
Yeah.
Is that my DJ? Creeping out the shadows?
Ty Sticks in the building.
Yeah, he back there lurking.
He lurking. That's what it is.
Like then they call him the one-arm assassin. He ain't to be seen.
Yeah, the one-arm assassin.
Until it's
coming up in like August 27th.
With the old red light behind me.
We got this coming up in Black August. You know what I'm saying? Garvey's Vision of Africa. 3rd annual RBG Music.
Olojuina, Oba, Koso, Olufira, Oba, Heavy Oso, Arara, Oba, Shango.
Baba Tahir, last name RBG. For the next 20 years, they gon' follow me. Way too humble at times, biters be banking on it. Now I'm thinking on it when I cut on the beat. And the verse starts spilling like a rooster at bar. I used to set off the cipher, now the hype is the street. Praying I would give it up. Yeah, I'm hip to your wishes. Hatred's a sickness and I can detect it without speech, hater. More flavors and some now laters. Small country town invader, profound, powerful innovator. Stay on the road like a Winnebago racing at Talladega. I made your alley traders like a skater would. How I'm doing, I'ma say I'm good. Even if I wasn't, I'd never admit it. I'm seasoned and gifted and black. Every rap got apps getting you lifted. Classic flowetry, picturesque with it, so vivid, homie, you know it's me. Who else sound like liquid gold and killing shows, repping for the indigos? Priestesses and practitioners, marathon finishers, jealous heart diminishes. You think I'm braggadocious with it cause you bogus. Get it only when it's given to you cause it ain't living through you.
Sarah. Yeah. Don't be wearing RBG no Gucci. RBG no Gucci. RBG no Gucci. grand fiend. No Prada, no Louis, no Gucci, no cream. Dynamite black, vanilla bean. Knockers on my feet, echoing my gene. I'm around on my chest, oh yes, I'm clean. Outlaw all BG, yes, salute the regime. That's a Veronica, come on it. My G Republic, I love it. I pay the bounty for King County, fever and great where I want it. That's a Veronica, come on it. My G Republic, I love it. I pay the bounty for King County, fever and great where I want it. RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci. On the front line, scared to shit. RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci.
Lowercase nigga, I'm a cat. Look at me. I pulled up, bad chain smash. No social media, I get this cabin hit check. Put my fist up, the boys get the spasm. Rip lip, marathon, everlasting. Like my style, cause I make it look groovy. I was dying, I ain't gotta ride Gucci. I'm on the front line, turn this shit into a movie. Motivation, yeah, I get to it. I'm on the front line, yeah, we running them bullets. Wrestle with knowledge, yeah, it might spook you. Energy of pot creep, war like a Zulu. Better not have Gucci when I come through. Better have red, black, green, knowing on them black berets, they'll pop and recruit you.
RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci. On the front line, scared to shit. RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci. On the front line, scared to shoot.
Whenever you see me, I'm rocking the best. Striving for greatness and who on my chest. Showing my pride is always a red, black, and green color scheme on top of my flesh. Got my sack from the gods. In other words, I got my back from the gods. Yeah, I buy black and yeah, I go hard. In case you didn't know, then Gazi the squad. RBG, that's so God.
RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci. On the front line, scared to shoot. RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci, RBG no Gucci. On the front line, scared to shoot.
We gotta find some black tactics.
Oh, I'm not wearing no Louis, I'm not wearing no Fendi, I'm not wearing no Gucci, not at all. I ain't sitting in the spot. Let's get out. Blue Lexus. The RBG trip, you see this? This is what I'm talking about right here. That's what I'm Hey, you see this? That's what I'm talking about. Garbage, red, black, green, no Gucci, RBG. That's what I'm saying.
It's all about it.
Yo, what is this?